I knew it was a wrap when Scam Likely was calling my man's phone at 3 o'clock in the morning. This man was in the deepest sleep of his life. I picked up the phone, I said hello, and Scam Likely hung up. But see, what he doesn't know is that I already put my Face ID on his phone. So it doesn't matter how many times you change your passcode, homeboy, I can get in your phone. Y'all, I unlocked that phone, and tell me why Scam Likely wasn't just calling him. Scam Likely was sending him nudes. I was like, oh shit, when Scam Likely started doing that? Also, there were never any messages outbound, just straight inbound. So like, Scam Likely was obviously talking to themselves in my man's phone. Isn't that crazy? But no, instead of leaving, you know what I did instead, bitch? I started building a RICO case against him. I definitely stayed for about 3 more months after that. And I was building a RICO case. This man did not know that I had my Face ID in his phone. This man did not know that I knew that Scam Likely was sending him news and shit. And this man did not know that I saw that he was sending Scam Likely money via Apple Pay. Yeah, bitch. He was. So one day we're in the car and we're driving to Silver Springs. Now, mind you, Silver Springs is like a 2.5-hour road trip from where we used to live. And his CarPlay is on. And Scam Likely sends him an iMessage. And I'm like, oh shit, babe. I didn't know Scam Likely could text. Mind you, I'm playing the dummy role. He doesn't know that I know. And he's not gonna know that I know. Because I'm building this fucking RICO. He said, babe, I don't even know what the fuck that means. He's like, here, you can check my phone if you want to. I feel like he knew that I wasn't gonna check it. Because I was like, nah, babe, I trust you. I don't need to see your phone. I know that man was shitting brick when he said that. But the craziest thing is not that Scam Likely was fucking texting him during business hours, bitch. Because it's one thing to hit up somebody's man at 3 o'clock in the morning, but it's another thing to hit up somebody's man at 9 o'clock in the morning, bitch. Business hours are open. You need to go away. But that wasn't the crazy part, bitch. The crazy part is that apparently that bitch was supposed to be at Silver Springs that day as well. I didn't know that. I don't know if they planned this or I don't know if she was just stalking me. But when we pulled up to Silver Springs, there was a girl there that kept looking at us. And since the nudes that were in his phone were faceless, I really couldn't tell if this was the bitch. But like, based on her body type, I really had a strong feeling like this could be the bitch. So the entire time we was at Silver Springs, we were tubing, we were swimming. This bitch kept getting like closer and closer to us. And every time she would do that, he would like kind of like swim away, but like nonchalantly, you know what I mean? Anyway, bitch, at this point, I'm still building my fucking RICO case. So I pull out my phone and I take a picture of the bitch. And I have the picture saved in my phone, just in case I need it for future reference. Eventually, we ended up leaving Silver Springs and went back home. And that same night, bitch, I kid you not, that same night, it was 1:55 a.m. on the dot. I remember because I couldn't sleep because I was replaying like the events of the day over and over and over. 1:55 on the dot, no caller ID is calling. So I pick it up again. I'm like, hello. They're not saying anything on the other side of the line. The problem is he woke up this time and he goes, who's on the phone? I said, I don't know, babe. I just picked it up. I'm like, they keep calling you and texting you. So I just felt like it was weird. And we kind of got into like a small argument. And that's when I was like, you know what, bitch? I'm tired of this shit. Like, fuck this RICO shit. Ask him for his phone. I was like, babe, can I see your phone? And see, the thing is, I didn't want to let him know that I had my Face ID in it because if there was a possibility of us ever like staying together or getting back together, then I don't want to fucking put all my cards out. You know what I mean? You know? I have to play my hand as it was dealt. And I have to play it carefully and strategically. I said, babe, can you just unlock your phone? So he unlocks his phone and he gives me the phone. Bitch, why the fuck are all the messages from Scam Likely gone? The nudes, the texts, everything. But I don't know if y'all knew this. You could actually retrieve deleted messages and he didn't know that shit. So I went into his recently deleted in his iMessage. All that shit was there. And I found it. And I was like, what is this? He was like, where'd you even find that? I'm like, you deleted it. You tell me. So that shit sparked up a whole different argument. And not only was the messages deleted, but when I retrieved all the old messages, that nigga had sent her $100. Just that same day that we was at Silver Springs together. We left Silver Springs at around like 4 p.m. The $100 Apple Pay to Scam Likely was at like 4:30 p.m. So like we were in the car driving. I remember we had stopped at McDonald's because he wanted an ice cream cone. He bought me a $1 ice cream cone. He got himself a $1 ice cream cone. But you sent this bitch $100. Now, mind you, this was not the first time that he had Apple Paid her, but it was the most recent time. While I was sitting in the car next to him. While he was driving, bitch. I said, so you've been talking to a bitch that you got saved on your phone under Scam Likely. You've been getting nudes from this bitch. I'm pretty sure you've been sending them back. You just didn't have the messages in the thread. And you've been sending this bitch money. Y'all know what this man had the audacity to say? Because, okay, also, mind you, we did have a joint debit card. We did have a joint Bank of America. It was basically from when we used to do like couples content here on TikTok. If you scroll back on my TikTok, like way back, I might still have some videos up with him, because like, bitch, honestly, I don't delete everything. But we used to do some couples content here and there, and like some TikTok shop shit, and that card was the one that was connected to our TikTok. So like anything we would make as a couple, it would go on that card. He still had his job paid him his money. My job paid me my money. Like, we were not married, so there was no reason to have a joint account. We just had a joint like debit card. He had his and I had mine, and all the money came from the same account. So I'm like, you're sending this bitch money, and you won't believe what the fuck he said. He said, babe, I'm not sending her our money though. This is my money. What? He was like, this is money I've been making from the Pay Me app. So technically, it's nobody's money. And I'll just be sending it to her because she got a baby. Her baby need diapers and food and formula. And she be hungry. Bitch, is the baby yours? Let me know. So his whole thing was, it didn't count because the money was coming from the Pay Me app. So all the money he was making filing for unclaimed class action lawsuits, he was storing it, and that's what he would send her. So it canceled out in his eyes. I didn't know what to say at that point in time. The only thing that came out my mouth, I remember I was like, did you have a kid on me? Let me know. At this point, like, my heart was beating kind of funny. My stomach had a sinking feeling. I didn't want to continue this interaction because I was going to fucking kill him. But no, he didn't have a baby on me. The bitch that he was trying to fuck with, though, she had a baby. And he wanted to play stepdaddy so bad that we literally broke up that same night. We did sleep in the same bed together that same night, because mind you, it was already like 2 o'clock in the morning. We did spend one last night together, and then the next day we called it quits. And I told him to go be with the family that he wants to be with so bad. Go play stepdaddy, go be with that girl that you send money to, and just leave me the fuck alone. And that he did. And I'm not super positive, but I think they're still together to this day. So I hope you found the love of your life, I guess.